When?
Just now, did he run afoul of one of you guys? Or?
I don't know. Who's up down here?
I couldn't see.
If it's Coach Beamer, who knows?
Yeah.
He didn't do anything with mine, so Coach Beamer must have got him here somehow.
Can you just sort of sum up for us right now that defensive end battle with Dooley and Akanum and how those two kids are?
You know, Charlie will be able to tell you a little bit more. I think Ken's farther along. You know, he's been here one more year. He's playing a little faster, he's had more experience within the defense and the calls and that type of thing. I think they're both really good prospects. I think they're going to continue to get better and grow. I think Ken right now is just a little farther along, just from an understanding and playing the game a little faster. You know, at this point.
So much was made last year of Daddy and his mental development in the game,
Yes.
what he's learned.
Yeah.
What kind of strides has he made?
You know, he's made great strides, and the game slowed down for him, and that's the whole key, and with gaining experience. I mean, that's the best teacher of all, is that experience, and hopefully he's going to show that this year with playing the game before and playing a lot of snaps and being a factor in some games, and hopefully you'll see that as his progression as it goes next fall.
When you watched the tape after Saturday, did you like what you saw from the linebackers?
Yeah, I tell you, I thought Chase Williams played well. I thought McKinnon played well. Andrew Matua-Pawaka was a little all over the place, which I expected that. Deion Clark was solid, didn't have a lot of action his way, but those guys, I'm pleased with where they are, how they're working. Number one, and they're getting better, and they're giving me an honest day's work, and the game it's we're seeing it all from our offense right now, which my credit goes to those guys what they're doing too, but that allows us. I mean, we're seeing it all, so our guy that's going to be good for us as we prepare for a season, but obviously we've got to catch up right now for everything. But they're making progress.
Anybody separating themselves at backer between McKinnon and Clark?
No, not right now. You think about one time one guy does, and then it's the next day the other guy steps up. McKinnon really played well the other day. He's got a nose for the football. We'll just see. This scrimmage this weekend is going to be a big evaluator. I think we're going to play a lot of plays and just find out who's going to do it. It's going to be a little more game-like situations.
How about Matua-Pawaka? What
Again, like last week, doing some things better, slowly, as far as what I want him to, but it's on par to where I think he should be. But shows a lot of explosiveness, a lot of abilities, a lot of quickness, and once he gets it, where his mind's not tying up his feet, I think he's going to be a really good football player.
We've got our best four on the field with Ken and Corey and Daddy and Luther. But I think, like Bud said, Seth's a heck of a prospect. I think Dwayne is improving. So it's it's a good, healthy competition. They're all giving good effort. I've been very pleased.
What have you seen from Daddy in terms of his mental development, learning the position?
He's sharper, definitely. I mean, there's no better teacher than playing. Daddy got a lot of playing time last year. He's getting a lot of reps right now. If we can be fortunate and he stays healthy and he's on the field, he'll get better the more he plays. The more he plays, he gets a better understanding of the game. He's super athletic. He's really a quick learner for a guy who he doesn't have a lot of bad habits because he hadn't played a lot of football. So, he's athletic enough to do everything you teach him. I think like I said, he's a quick learner. He's really retained a whole lot from last season and those experiences on the field. So, he's coming along. He is.
It's exciting when you think about the athleticism he has and that it came on the other side. That's amazing.
Yeah. And Ken is, I've been really pleased with Ken, just the overall, just maturity he's playing with and just the experience of being in the room and smart guy. Ken right now is stepping up. I'm hopeful that he'll continue this surge and really finish the spring very, very, very strong.
Is it just the playing time that's helping Daddy, or is he a big study film? What does he do to learn?
Daddy's just a freak, man. I mean, he's just a freak athlete. And then you get him out there on the field, and he gets to play, and you show him on video and talk to him. He's like I said, he's a quick learner, and he's we got to get Daddy bigger. We got to get Daddy bigger, and he gets some of those games where you're getting teams that are trying to run it down your throat, and he's going to have to hold up in there for 50, 55, 60 plays, So, that's the only thing right now is this. Getting him up in that 230 range, 235, just getting bigger. If he can do that, I'm telling you, he's an NFL guy, no doubt about it. He's got to get bigger though.
With him at defensive end and Corey Marshall at defensive tackle, I know you'd like to have more overall experience, but do you feel like you have an athleticism upgrade?
Oh man, no doubt. Corey's playing at a high level, practices at a high level. The kid really, I'll be honest with you, it's been very, very fun coaching him. He's always been a guy who loved football. I think he's really now just bought into the position, and he's seeing that he can be a disruptive guy, make a lot of plays in there, and played well the other day. We only played those guys, I think, played 15 plays or something, so we're going to play quite a few more plays Saturday, so I look forward to looking at the video.
I know Kenny Keenum's
did all, but in the long term, man, we've seen a whole season's worth of offense in a week and a half or however long we've been doing spring ball, just with all the shifts and motions and formations the offense is coming out in, and being in 3 tight ends, but really being in 11. 3 wide out sets, and so we're really seeing it all, and it's fun to be able to the season should be a piece of cake after what we're seeing right now.
You've seen how rare it is to get through a season with your 4 guys healthy the whole. Is it kind of a blessing this spring to get some young guys some reps and know where they're at least?
Right. Well, injuries always build up. I really believe that. You don't want it per se, but because Brandon's out, because Kyshawn's out, Desmond Fry, Donovan Riley, Torrian Gray, Greg Jones, Zach Snells, all those guys are getting more additional reps, or they're playing on the first unit or units they probably wouldn't have been on otherwise, and those guys normally step up, and I'm pleased with those guys this far.
What have you seen Green Riley, and how are you using it? It looked like you got him as code number 1.
Right. Well, both those guys have really been, since about the first 3 practices after that, have been very consistent. Both of them are really learning the position mentally. They're playing a position at a high level, and just kind of rewarding those guys, saying nobody's really separated themselves. And I just think they're doing a good job together and going to continue to push and compete.
Chuck Clark seemed like he had a really good scrimmage on Saturday. How far has he come since he first enrolled?
Chuck was a guy who played a good amount of snaps as a freshman. Not the Kendall Brandon type snaps, but he played a good amount of snaps, and he's really progressed because we haven't played corner, which is not his natural position. So he's really come along at that position. He's been our nickel guy this spring. So I can't wait till we get everybody back healthy and get him in the fall at safety, because I really think it's going to be a great safety for us.
When you're looking for a nickel back, are you looking for a guy who maybe has that corner and safety experience, because it's kind of both?
Right, definitely. You want a guy who can cover, who can blitz, and if you got a guy that's of pretty good size but can still maneuver and cover receivers in the slot but can still blitz, Chuck has a good size for that. Kendall's a big corner, he was our nickel guy last year, or a guy that's just a good football player. Kyle Fuller's been a good nickel guy for us. So just someone you like someone to have coverage ability but also be able to blitz and take on blockers when they're blitzing, those type of things.
I appreciate it.